Hi, my name is Rafe Ellis. I am a licensed practitioner through the Centers for Spiritual Living and a ministerial intern through the Holmes Institute. I have about 6 months left in my school, and so just to give you that brief overview of who I am. This is a vision board workshop that I have done for the last couple of years in person, and due to my schedule and the activities of ministerial school, I'm not able to do that this year. So what I wanted to do is put this video together so that you can do vision boarding for the upcoming year in your own home or whenever you choose to do it, for that matter. So thank you for joining me for this. To give you a quick overview, I will start with a ritual of smudging, which is a native tradition that just clears the space and brings us aware of the energy that's already in the room, and it's a sort of a purification ritual, if you will. You're welcome to set up your space however you choose. I encourage you to make it as comfortable as possible. I also encourage you to have the magazines and your vision boarding equipment, if you're doing it on poster board, your glue, your scissors, have all of that laid out before you actually get into the content of this video. Because what I will do is go through a clearing ritual where, as much as humanly possible, we clear away any preconceived notions, anything that our human consciousness is bringing to the table, in order to open up space for spirit to inform us about its vision of our lives. In the actual visioning process, I will refer to God, Spirit, whatever you choose to call it, is great. There is no one word that can encompass it all, so whatever resonates with you, please substitute that. I will refer to Spirit as love, because I think love is a pretty universal label that we can all relate to. So that's what I will use during the process. I will go through a clearing ritual, and then I will go right into the visioning process. I will make it clear when one is complete, when the next one begins. During each of the visioning questions, I will give a full 3 minutes of silence to contemplate and to allow yourself to be aware of what it is that love is informing you about. At the end of that, I recommend that you maintain silence for at least the first 30 minutes after the meditation and the visioning is complete, and just simply go to your magazines or to your sketch pad, or however works best for you, to picture the vision on the information that you get through the visioning process. Know that there is no right or wrong way to vision. Some people get feelings, some people get actual pictures, some people get senses. Oftentimes, taking that place of silence to the magazines, things will pop out at you that don't necessarily make sense. I recommend you just go with that, because my experience has been, oftentimes Spirit informs me in ways that I don't necessarily get in the moment, but later down the road it becomes very clear what was actually going on. At the completion of it all, when you're finished with your vision board, I highly recommend that you put that somewhere where you can see it frequently. I take a picture of mine every year and put it as the desktop on my phone, so that it's the background, so that I see it every time I touch my phone. I'll put it on the desktop for my computer, because it's important that I keep myself connected with that. My experience so far is, as long as I am willing and stay open, what shows up in this visioning process shows up in my life. And so I invite you to give it a shot. See what happens. So now I'm going to begin. I'm going to start with the smudging, and that's what this is. You'll see it here in just a moment. Right now I'm actually lighting the smudge stick. There, you can see that. So you can actually see the smoke. And as this smoke rises, filling the environment, I give thanks to Great Spirit. I give thanks to love as Great Spirit, knowing that it is fully present right here, right now, in every word, in every moment. That it is, in fact, the only thing present. And so I allow myself to be used as a hollow bone. I allow myself to be a channel for that Spirit. Oh. And so now, entering into the clearing phase of visioning, I invite you to settle into whatever position is supportive to your physical being. I invite you to just allow yourself to become fully present in this moment. If it's comfortable for you to close your eyes, do so. If not, you're welcome to keep them open. Whatever works for you. And so as we go inward, as we journey into our human consciousness, our human awareness, we invite anything, any preconceived notion of who we are, of who we should be, to come to mind. We invite any preconceived notions that have any element of urgency, any element of must do, any element of have to, any element of comparison of ourselves with another, to come to mind. And imagine, if you will, a blackboard, completely clear blackboard. And as each thing comes to mind, simply write it on the blackboard. And we're going to go into about 10 minutes of silence for that process. Just allow it to come to mind. Allow it to come into your awareness. Anything that you feel like you have to do in this life. Things that you feel like identify you, that maybe are inconsistent with the truth of you, as your heart knows you. And just write them on the board as we enter the silence. Just allow whatever comes to mind to go on the blackboard. The more you can just allow it to surface, don't worry about what it is. Just allow yourself to know it and write it on the board in your mind. So as we bring this part of the clearing ritual to a close, allow yourself to write any last minute things there on your board that you want to clear to make room for love to inform you about its plan for your life. And then if your eyes are closed, I invite you to open your eyes. And you'll see a piece of paper here. And I invite you to imagine that you're transferring everything on your blackboard, everything on the blackboard in your mind to this piece of paper. Okay. And I invite you, if you feel comfortable, to speak those things aloud, knowing that what we're doing here transcends time and space, because love is everywhere all at the same time. So even though you're not here in the room with me, you really are. So take a minute, transfer whatever is on your board of things to clear before we vision, and write them on here. I'll give you just a minute or two to do that. And so, having named what we want to release, having spoken it into the mind of love, we are going to allow another demonstration of love to completely transform those things into the erase. Okay? So imagine, if you will, that this piece of paper is now your blackboard, and we are about to send everything in to someplace else. Gone. Just like that. Gone. So, now we have a clear slate. Let's begin the visioning. And I will do this in the form of a Science of Mind treatment. I will do the first 2 steps to really anchor us and get us centered in love, and then I will do the visioning questions in the 3rd step, and then I will do a gratitude step, and then I will complete it with the release, and you will know that this part is complete when I say, and so it is. Let's begin. Recognizing that there is only one infinite, ever-present source. I close my eyes so that I am not fooled by physical appearance. And I bow my head in reverence to this power that is within me, this power which has manifested itself as me in the form of my life, recognizing that it is far greater than the sum of its parts, that within this one is pure love, pure light, life, abundance, infinite intelligence, absolute clarity, peace, joy, beauty. It is that singular source that has no beginning, and therefore it can have no end. It has always existed, it exists now, and it exists into eternity. It is that source of all creation. It is the activity of all creation, and it is Creator. It is that pool of possibility out of which all life comes. That intelligence that holds the cosmos in perfect working order. It creates into exquisite individualized forms of itself, fully infusing itself within each form. So in this truth, I know that my life must be its life in form, that I am fully all that the divine, all that spirit is, all that love is in human form. And what is true of me is true of all human form, is true of all life. We are each fully spirit, housed in a human body, adorned in a human body, having a human experience, fully love in human form. And being fully love in human form, all that love is the truth of our being. And as the truth of our being, it is the truth of our doing. It is the truth of our thinking. It is the truth of our awareness. It is the truth of who and what we are. It is the truth that love is breathing me, is breathing all life. Love is the heart that beats within us. Love is the mind in which we have our thoughts. And so in this moment, I claim and affirm that all knowledge, all wisdom, all love is right here, fully present, wherever here is. Because love transcends time and space. So while I am speaking it in this physical environment, it is being experienced everywhere. And so in that truth, in this knowing, we go into that visioning process, allowing love to inform us, allowing love to be made known within our being, within our conscious human awareness. And we ask, what is love's highest vision of itself as my life? And we look, listen, and feel with an open heart. continuing, we ask, what must I release? What must I let go of in order to become that fertile ground for love to manifest its highest vision of itself as my life? And we look, listen, and feel with an open heart. And continuing, we ask, what is love's highest vision for what I am to become? What must I become in order to fulfill love's highest vision of itself for my life? Not what I must do, but what I must become. And we look, listen, and feel with an open heart. And going even deeper still, we ask, what is already available within me? What is already operating at the level of love in my consciousness, in my being, that love can bring forward to manifest its highest vision of itself as my life. And we look, listen, and feel with an open heart. And finally, we open ourselves to the full influx of information from love. And we ask, is there anything else that I need to know? Anything else that I would benefit from knowing as to how love can best manifest itself, its highest vision of itself as my life? And we look, listen, and feel with an open heart. And so in this moment, I speak a word of gratitude. Grateful for a love that gives itself so freely, so completely, without restriction, without judgment, without qualification, simply gives itself, all of itself, to its creation. Grateful for this time of being informed by that love of itself within and as each of us. Grateful for a love that always says yes, can never be in conflict with itself, and so it never is. A love that is the desire of our hearts, that knows who we are. A love that is closer to us than our own breath, that simply says yes, yes, yes. Never tires of giving to us, never withholds, and in truth has already made itself known and already said yes to the desires of our hearts. That the law works with love to manifest exactly what we put into it. I'm grateful to know this, grateful to have the experience of this in, through, and as my life. In, through, and as all life. And so it is in this place of gratitude that I confidently, without reservation, release my word into that law of manifestation, into that alchemy that transforms everything unlike love to love. Shifting perceptions, shifting consciousness, shifting beliefs, alchemizing everything to be transformed, to truly be made new as love. And so, knowing that it's already done, knowing that it's absolutely done and done perfectly, I release my word into that activity. I let it go. I release any need to control or manipulate and simply continue in this process of unfolding, looking at every breath and every turn for the demonstration of what has been promised. Seeing that, trusting that, knowing that as the only reality. And so I anchor this prayer, I anchor this process, I anchor this vision as wholly perfect, wholly complete, by saying, Ashe, Aho, Shalom, Amen, and so it is. So I invite you now to simply go to whatever source you've chosen, whatever magazines, pictures, sketchpad, and simply allow love to inform you through whatever your chosen medium is. Allow love to inform you through those mediums. enjoy. Have fun. Namaste.